I'd like to go over accounts and kind of understand what an account is in DXFleet, how you can use the account, and what benefits you get from using accounts in DXFleet. So this is only going to pertain to cards that are proprietary cards, but accounts are a way for you to create a grouping of cards. If you need to generate a report based on a certain group, then you could put all of those cards in a certain account, and then you could run an account-based report that will allow you to just see those cards that are in that particular account. So grouping the cards into one account is a very useful tool to be able to allow you to change the type of reports that you're running, only displaying certain amount of data. The other things you can do with accounts are you can have account level restrictions on your fuel sector. So in a normal, card creation process, you have options for product restrictions and quantity restrictions on all of your cards. Those will also be available when you create accounts. You'll have account level restrictions. So the way that the account level restriction works is any card that's within the account can have the same restriction. So if you wanted all of your cards to have a certain quantity restriction based on every card in that account, you could set the account level restriction and say all of these are restricted to 40 gallons. And then any in that account with that account level restriction will be restricted to that amount. It also works for things like allocations. So if you wanted a certain allocation amount, like say monthly, you want 1,000, you could set that allocation for everything in the account at the account level, and then all of the cards will share that allocation amount until they run out, in which case the fueling will be restricted. So accounts give you the ability to set, the product restriction, the quantity restriction, allocations, those kind of things, all based on the account. So you don't have to individually do them for each vehicle if they're all the same or they're sharing that application, for example. The other thing that accounts do is they allow you to have vehicle and driver restrictions for who can fuel what in what account. So in our PCF options, we go over this a little bit more, but with accounts on the fuel site controller, you can say, I want my vehicles to only fuel other vehicles my drivers to only fuel vehicles that are in the same account. Or if you'd like them to be able to fuel across different accounts, then we have an account called the no associated account, and cards in the no associated account will be able to fuel vehicles from any account or drivers from any account. So if you put something in no associated, you are basically creating a grouping that says, hey, these cards are global and they can fuel other accounts. And then we also have an option that says no cross-account fueling, which means that the cards have to be in the same account. Both the driver and the vehicle, if you're using the dual entry system, need to be in the same account in order for you to be able to fuel. So accounts allow you to say, okay, I don't want drivers from account 1,000 to be able to fuel vehicles from account 2,000. I want to keep them separate. I want them only to be able to fuel things in account 1,000. Well, the accounts will allow you to set up that sort of restriction. So anybody that has accounts turned on and their PCF settings set up to not allow cross fueling amongst different accounts, then that will allow you to restrict drivers from only fueling vehicles in their same account. So just keep in mind that we want to make sure that your card file options are set up in the right way so that you can kind of go ahead and create your cards, create your accounts, and everything will work in the way that you expect it to. If you don't have that configured now, it's recommended that you go watch the video on the PCF card option so that you can kind of make those decisions up front before you start getting into the card creation process. Again, accounts should be created before you create the cards so that the account drop down will be available when you create that. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of accounts and how they are useful in DXFleet and some of the options that you have in account.